Do you have difficulty controlling your glucose? Do you, or someone in your family, suffer from pre-diabetes? If yes, then stay tuned on the tip that I brought to you today here at Much More Health. Well, today we will talk about an ancient herbal medicine used in Chinese medicine that is still relatively unknown in the West but very easy to find. It is a lost relic, and in fact, we could benefit a lot more from the knowledge of this herbal medicine called berberine. Berberine is a herbal medicine that is extremely important in glucose metabolism. A person who has prediabetes, or is prone to diabetes, or even has diabetes, can benefit greatly from the use of berberine. It has a very similar action to metformin. It helps a lot in getting glucose into the cells because it improves the sensitivity to insulin in the cellular coupling. It decreases insulin resistance. Consequently, glucose will not accumulate in the adipose tissue, especially in visceral fat, which can cause numerous diseases. This makes berberine a supplement that can contribute a lot to lowering glucose levels in the blood. One very interesting thing that we can notice in studies about berberine is that it also decreases the absorption of glucose in our intestines. It also contributes, in a certain way, to prevent the absorption of glucose from food, helping in weight loss. Another very important thing is that it improves the intestinal flora. By improving the intestinal flora, you greatly reduce the possibility of inflammation of the intestine, since practically all of us today, with the modern diet, end up having an inflamed intestine. So berberine also contributes to reducing this inflammation. Other studies also point out that it decreases the levels of triglycerides in the blood, including decreasing LDL cholesterol and apolipoprotein B, and this ends up helping in the prevention of heart disease. And one more very important point is that it also increases brown fat. Brown fat is the fat that increases our metabolism, because it is extremely rich in mitochondria. And this causes it to speed up our metabolism, helping us to lose weight while doing some physical activity, for example. It also increases nitric oxide. Nitric oxide causes vasodilation, improving the blood flow. And this can contribute a lot, both for men and women, to the improvement of sexual function. It also greatly increases the production of serotonin and noradrenaline, contributing a lot to the improvement of mood. So it can be used as an adjuvant for those who are undergoing treatment for depression or who are suffering from a mood disorder. Its function is very wide, it acts in several ways and can be used by several people, without any problems. Well, to finish up folks, it is essential to say that it is super important in increasing our immune defense, contributing to our having fewer diseases. Our immune system always suffers aggressions, and that is why it is necessary to increase our immunity. It can also be used as an adjuvant in those who are undergoing chemotherapy or radiotherapy, due to its important anti-tumor action. Starting with the side effects, it is important to say that berberine does not have any important side effects. But it is absolutely common, in the first few days of use, to experience some nausea, mild dizziness, and even a little headache. But this should only happen in the first few days of use. However, it should be avoided by pregnant women and those who are breastfeeding. The recommended dose of berberine is 500 mg of berberine 3 times a day. It will depend on your goal. If you want to greatly increase your metabolism to achieve weight loss, or if you have severe pain and want to use it as an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, 500 mg 3 times a day is recommended. For blood sugar control, 500 mg 2 to 3 times a day is recommended. But it is important that, if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, and you are using berberine, you always control your blood sugar to avoid hypoglycemia caused by the drop in sugar. As has been said, berberine has a very similar function to metformin. You can find it in some pharmacies and natural remedy stores. But, as we here at Much More Health always try to help you the best way possible, we will leave here in the description of the video the link to one of the best berberines on the market, with totally free shipping.